Warning, this podcast contains material not suitable for younger audiences, and some material that's not suitable for older audiences. If you're part of any age group, we've found a way to offend you. Run while you still can. We are the hapless heroes.
The Cudgel.
That sounds sexual.
I feel like if I Googled that, it'd be something weird.
Yeah, that would be
what?
a cudgel would be a
Cudgel's like a
very weird
mace.
Google search.
A cudgel's a mace.
DM
So
does
yeah, it is
use
definitely sexual.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Hapless Heroes podcast. I'm Francesco, and tonight I will be your host and DM, and we have some special guests at the table who I'm going to introduce in a moment. So let's start with my left, though. We have James playing Hoblet the Smasher.
Good evening, friendos.
Massimo playing Morton Mac, a.k.a. Gorgeous Mort.
Something still stinks up here.
Dave playing Omega Project Prototype Zero.
Well, whoever smelt it dealt it.
We have someone so Zach couldn't make it with this tonight. He's like in the middle of exams and all this stuff. So we decided to call in the subs here. So as a guest for the next couple episodes, we have our boy, Phil. And Phil, who are you playing tonight?
I'm going to be playing Hedrick Hollandworth, the entertainer.
That's right.
Ooh.
Head Rick.
Wait, Hedrick the Entertainer?
I apologize for being obvious. That's just my style. But I'm very happy to be here, and long-time listener, first-time player.
Yeah.
I'll hang up and laugh.
In case people haven't been following, right. In case people haven't been following along on the interwebs, Phil has been the person who's been responsible for, I don't know, maybe 90% of the artwork that we've received, and in fact, like our Twitter banner and all the character artwork you see for the most part, that's our boy Phil right here.
It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Now you'll know him as Hedrick.
And
The entertainer.
we also have John playing Lord Jarrell the Light.
Are you ready for this, Hoblet? We've been waiting for it a long time. Of course. Let's smash.
And somewhere in the background, my voice is from the underworld. Dave's lovely fiance, Jamie, is here gracing us with her presence. So I might even call on her to tell me what happens to you idiots if you guys mess up.
Oh, God. Oh, be nice.
So let's get right back into it because we left off on quite a cliffhanger last time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Before we get to that, you guys had essentially tried to track down where this gem was, right? You know, the Kenku Tiddlywonk who owned it, the Goliath who you still never asked his name.
We don't care. We don't care.
It's irrelevant.
You managed to follow them into the I think it was the Black Keep. The Black Keep. It was where the Crow King presides. It's kind of built into the mountains, right to the left of where this gigantic wall is that essentially separates Last Wall from the Crucible lands, where all these undead are trying to break in. You tracked them down. Turns out this gem, at least for now, seems like it was kind of just innocuous in the fact that the owners had no idea what they possessed.
Yeah. They said they found it in the Crucible lands. And
right.
We told the truth, and they led us right to it, pretty much.
Because Jarrell actually managed to let the moral high ground win.
Somehow I acted quicker than the other members. Listen, the timer was ticking. It I didn't get to zero yet. It's always ticking.
But we kind of left off with after you kind of revealed the gem, you were kind of interrupted when you were trying to maybe talk about it or discuss it further because when you managed to be taken outside, there were just hordes and hordes of undead just standing there, several hundred feet away. I mean, I think it's about a mile or so away. I kind of had marched forward and just stopped.
Right.
It was sort of this kind of standoff, stare down, right? Mm-hmm. And then those titans that, if you guys remember, you saw them.
Yeah, spewing out.
Back in the Sinister Sanctuary.
It was. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When you had peered out into some part of the Crucible lands.
So the wall had started firing on them with the
Right.
trebuchets.
Right.
And they
And
weren't
just
moving.
stood there. And then 2 more of these titans appeared out of the misty fog.
So there's 3.
3 total giant titans. Probably want
Hoblet, how strong do you think your turn undead is?
I'll just run into the middle and I get as many of them as I can.
See
But
what happens.
We're talking at least tens of thousands.
Yeah.
We have 1 hoplet, so it evens out.
pass, hard pass.
We have a Hulk.
Right.
So let's get right back into it. You guys are kind of standing up at one of the watchtowers that looks over the wall from the keep. Again, this standoff is still happening. Everything's very tense. You can even see that, I mentioned the guys were wearing those long masks, right? Kind of all plate mail, this dark, feathery, almost ornate plate mail.
Super creepy dudes.
Even
Very
just
creepy
even just through the
individuals.
eye holes in their armor, you can see that they are staring out at this in sort of a shock. Now you saw how they handled the bar fight the other night. Like when these guys show up, everyone stops what they're doing. So you know that if these guys are scared, or at least surprised, this is not a good situation.
Where is the speaker for the Crow King?
He's somewhere running around trying
Trying to
to
coordinate shit.
Yeah, right. You see though that there's some orders being shouted far below you, and a small part of the gigantic gates that are at the front of this wall open up, and you can see probably an equal amount of tens of thousands of guards.
Oh shit! There's a small army.
There's an
here.
army here because these are not just the Crow King's guards. These are also the Darakim Protector. These are also loaned from the Kingdom of Erelon. They are the Kingdom of
Vesh.
Vesh.
Epic battle.
Let's fucking rage.
Everybody, when you guys had brought this up to Captain Kip, it's obvious that she realized the problem that's here and probably sent at least some assistance up to the north. So things are they have a formidable army on their own. The Dark Protector, I remember describing them with these gigantic tower shields, these long spears, and they are kind of heading up the front, as sort of a phalanx, right? Leading the armies out. They begin to go into formation as they exit the gate and begin, at least marching for now, slowly, advancing on the undead, but they remain unmoving.
Oh boy.
Somebody runs up from behind you. It's actually the Goliath and the Kenku.
Oh, they're back.
Our boys.
And the Goliath looks at you guys, and he says, "Listen, there's no time to explain, but you need to come with us right now. It's urgent. We need you. This is desperate."
Jarrell nods, hits his chest. We are at your service.
Okay.
Yeah, let's walk.
So they begin leading you through this keep. There's all these different tunnels, right? It starts kind of winding down. It's kind of a maze that's been built into this mountain, right? But eventually, somehow, after many twists and turns, you actually end up on the streets of Last Wall.
Okay.
All
All right, and you are brought to that house that you guys were
Oh.
trying to get into.
The one we burgled?
Allegedly.
It was
Did we actually burgle anything
You
out of
looked
there?
around.
There wasn't much.
That's just
There
a,
wasn't anything
that's
good.
just a B&E. It's not a burglary.
It wasn't
Right?
quite a
I was going to say,
burglary.
those are 2 separate crimes, right?
I mean, they
Because we
often go
technically
together.
didn't steal anything. We broke and we entered, but we didn't steal.
We might be accused of a little bit of
Did we steal?
snooping. No.
No, we broke, we entered, and we prevented Jarrell from entering.
It wasn't exactly against his will. He didn't really want to go in anyway.
I didn't want that B&E anyway.
Is there any visible reaction from them when they
No.
realize we kicked the door in?
No, well, I'm sorry. You guys discussing this openly in the street?
I would hope not.
We're just kind of giving shooting
We
each
are
other
all-
eye
yes.
glances,
Yes.
Yes.
Do they know that we kicked the door in?
You're
and
just
looked around
nervously
all their
looking
stuff?
around at each other, right? Okay.
And my guess is that Hoblet is probably laughing. A little bit. I might be towards the back of the pack, but I'm chuckling as I realize what house we're watching.
Chuckling to yourself. Okay, yeah. Right. Of course you are. You see that very similar thing that you saw the night before, where the Kenku sort of puts out his sort of claw, feathered hand, right? And puts it up against the door. This eye appears. and then it's a kind of sort of like it looks like it's written into like white charcoal. You know what I mean? Like it's like chalk essentially.
All right.
Right, but it's like sort of glowing, and the doorknob disappears for this door, and it swings open into a home that's like more pretty expansive, like built into sort of the side of this, like hill that the house is. And he says, like, come in quickly. So probably I'm assuming you guys just
shuffle in.
get in, and this house is similarly laid out to the one you were in before that was like empty, except like this is fully furnished. Like lights are on. There's like a table, like kind of where there's like those tables and chairs where that's actually where like a larger table is, where there's like a map on it of the north. There is like another table where people have like weapons and other like supplies on. Appears to be a elven gentleman poring over some books in the back, and then there is a human carrying a bunch of like maybe like he's got like instruments and like a whole bag of stuff. You can see him like sitting in here. What are you doing?
I'm probably just strumming some licks on the lute.
Yeah,
Relaxing.
just like chilling maybe by the fireplace.
Just relaxing. That's the easiest way for me to pass the time.
Real tasty loot licks over there.
So even with like the apocalypse happening north of the wall,
That's
Just chilling.
That's out there. That's all out there.
It's out there, baby.
It's always time for some sick riffs.
so okay, I know. I'm understanding what's happening here. So like Tiddlywonk actually even kind of like raises his, if a Kenku could raise its eyebrows, he raises its eyebrows at you, Hedrick.
Puffs his feathers.
Oh, hey guys, I didn't see you.
This is no time for relax. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm gonna do the Kenku. The Kenku actually kind of speaks up, and he's like, "This is no time for relaxing."
How are you, Tiddly?
Horrible.
What's the matter?
He looks around. He looks up at the elf, and the elf kind of shrugs his shoulders, like they have obviously been completely oblivious to what's been happening in here.
Yeah.
Like while they've been in here.
Well, who are these guys?
I'm just gonna look at him and be like, have you been outside? Do you know what's happening?
Jarl is going to completely ignore this conversation and walk up to the map and roll for perception to see what's on the map. Because I want to see what's going on.
He's just letting these guys
I just
talk.
got a 5, damn. So I'm just like blankly staring at the map. Understanding what's going on.
Like obviously ignoring the conversation because you don't care about it.
It's a map of essentially the borders, like sort of like the northern borders of the Crucible lands themselves. So like all the way out to like like east and west, but it kind of stops sort of at the south with Last Wall, and it's just like kind of known like potential locations for things. If there's like you can see X's drawn on the map. Sometimes people have circled things or like drawn like little pictures, or this is kind of like a DIY operation in here, right?
Will my 5 tell me at least how far they mapped?
Yes, they managed to actually get up to where Uhl is.
Oh, okay, cool. I just wanted to know that for my own personal reference, really.
So like we're like sort of the center of the of all of this
Yeah.
is. Jarrell, as you're reviewing the map, the Goliath speaks up. He's like, "Listen, it's happening. It's happening right now. The undead have organized, and they're just sitting outside menacing. The armies are advancing, but it looks there's something wrong about this. We need to dispatch the mission now." Now, the only thing, Hedrick, that you know about the mission is that it involves going out into the Crucible Lands, retrieving something, and bringing it back. Sort of like a break glass in case of emergency. Like, it's kind of a dangerous mission, but like this is sort of like our only hope kind of situation.
Okay.
But you don't really know the specifics. He looks to the elf. He says, Is the teleportation device prepped? And the elf kind of just nods silently. He doesn't really say anything. He says he kind of turns to face you all. He's like, "Listen, I know that we got off on some weird terms, but we need to kind of send you on a life or death mission, like right now."
A bit blunt of you.
And
Yes.
I'm also just going to interject very quickly and be like, Goliath, what's your name?
Oh. Why are you
Just
doing
whisper
that?
it in my ear.
Come here.
All right, hold on.
Actually, wait. Yeah, no, just do it.
I really want to.
It's really cool. Let's do it. I'm gonna whisper.
Massimo is actually getting up and having it whispered in his
Yep.
ear.
So
Only
not-
he's finding out.
0.
All right, I feel much more
Yeah.
comfortable.
So
He whispers it only to Mort.
Yeah. So at this point, Zero reaches into one of the pouches on his plate lab coat, pulls out what looks like a 2-inch wide leather bandolier, straps that across his chest, and starts, like, just while everyone else is talking, pulling out these cylinders and loading 6 crossbow bolts into each of them and jamming them into the bandolier.
the
So
one
he's got
who's
about
cool
12
with
of these across his
teleportation over here.
chest.
The only one who's all right with the
there,
teleportation.
researched
I've already been teleported.
Right.
Uh,
It didn't go that great.
Went just fine. You idiots didn't know how to open the doors.
We didn't break you. That was the only benefit of that whole situation.
Yeah, you didn't break me. That's a start. And now you've got experience. So just
Yeah.
continue to not break me.
It's a valuable lesson. Valuable
Yes.
lessons learned.
Hedrick, have you joined the sort of the circle?
Yeah, I stood up. I kind of just strapped my loop back on, I guess, over my shoulder.
Okay.
And just kind of like tighten it up, you know,
Right.
making sure I look good.
Yeah, I'm still dumbfounded looking at him, being like, not realizing
And I'm just
that
kind
he
of
didn't
like,
understand what was going
I'm
on
just
outside.
each looking them in the eye and just giving the heads up.
Jarrell does
What's
not
up?
make
What's
eye
up?
contact.
What's up?
The
Hey,
cool
guys.
guy had that.
And in one more attempt to kind of just get out a little bit more humor before shit gets serious, Mort, what are you wearing today?
Oh, okay.
I was gonna ask. I wasn't
I
sure if
gotta
we
write this
covered
down.
this yet.
Well, today, it's it was a little bit warm outside. You know, starting to get to the springtime. So
It was a little. Good God, I don't
a little
even.
warm out.
Fucking A. It was a little bit warm
So
out.
I just have
Knowing the given situation.
oh, it is what it is. I'm wearing what I'm wearing.
I mean, you have the cloak of protection on. That's kind of part of you now. It's
Well,
part of
I
your outfit.
always kind of have it a little bit unbuttoned, so you can kind of see what's going on.
loosely. It hangs. Yeah, it hangs back.
He
quite a bit
literally
off your
has
shoulders.
as few buttons buttoned as
As
possible.
possible.
Which is
to
no
have it
buttons.
still-
No buttons. So it's a oversized Tommy Bahama type floral shirt.
Okay.
And white as white can be, crispy white pants with a brown leather belt.
All right,
Okay.
those are
And
gonna
a shirt
get filthy.
Shirt tucked in.
That's surprisingly respectable.
yeah.
Just remind me later to just like do a perception on his pants after we come back from
I'm
this
talking
mission
like
just to
almost
see what
blind-
condition they're in.
Blindingly white they are. Like they are pressed and sparkly.
What about the shoes? Tell me about the shoes.
Oh, barefoot.
Oh, it's still there.
Oh yeah.
Now, guys, hold on. Would these be considered appropriate clothes, though? That's the real question.
No.
No.
I mean, to Mort, it's all relative, right?
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
I mean, more
For
looks
Mort,
good.
it's a day at the cabana. For the rest of
Right.
us,
So back to the serious shit. The Goliath turns to you all.
So we're just letting him in with a nod. Is that what's happening?
Well,
I mean,
Jarrell,
The loot player just nods at us all.
hasn't made eye contact, but I think we're all standing around the map. And what are we doing? Where are we
Kind
going?
of standing in a circle at this point, Tom.
Yeah.
We all also kind of realize the depth of the situation here, and we might need a little bit of help.
Are we
I mean,
sure
I
we
mean, the
all
more
do?
the
We
merrier
all do?
kind of
Good.
thing.
I'm
These
glad that we're
dudes-
all on the same page.
I mean,
Peridot's still nursing a hernia.
right.
yeah.
Right.
Right.
I mean, these two guys that we've been like kind of almost terrorizing and breaking into their like they seem to trust him. They also seem like kind of trustworthy guys.
Right.
So like I'm in. Like I mean, I'm a little dumbfounded by the guy, but like I'm in.
I'm looking at this, you know, huge wooden, you know,
Wooden
construct-
metallic
Like I don't know
construct thing,
what
yeah.
a
Mobile
Wearing,
weapons platform.
wearing a
is
plate
exactly.
armor. Yeah.
But, and you know, I just gotta eye him up and down, and I ain't shook. You know, I'm looking at this thing like, oh,
Yeah.
well, cool. You know,
He looks steady.
Are you rolling intimidation against Zero?
I mean, as far as
He's
size
admiring.
of
Are you
people
trying to like
up go,
posture up to the giant wooden murder bot?
He doesn't seem like he cares enough to
Yeah.
intimidate people. He's like, what's happening?
certainly got a good look at Hoblet. First time I saw him, knew right away.
Okay, so the Goliath turns to you all, and he says, "Listen," and he looks at Jarrell actually kind of briefly. And he says, "You seem like a man of some sort of religion or faith-based, group. You look
The Holy Church of Valor.
okay. Cool. So, what do you know about the old gods?"
The old gods. Well,
I'm gonna roll history.
That was kind of my way of asking you to do it.
religion or history, it's both
Religion.
a 20.
20?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you know quite a bit. I mean, there was a whole pantheon of gods before, people really kind of started focusing more on Valen when she ascended.
Yeah, newer god, right?
So what I'm about to explain to you, like I'm gonna kind of reveal to the party here, like you've kind of known about this, but
Should I
like,
actually take notes here?
Probably. He says, "Well, then, as you know, before Valen ascended to become the essentially the demigod and the servant of Pelor, right before she began, on her own expeditions, Pelor rules the domain of light and summer, and he's been around a bit, but I'm actually, and I should probably explain, I'm a cleric of Pelor myself, and I felt his power dwindling. However, I know of an instrument of his power that he collaborated on with many of the other old gods, that I think that it could be a very powerful tool to stop this menace and protect the southern kingdoms from an invasion that they are not prepared for."
Can I say that I'm really glad? I was talking with Dave before this, that I was going through my spells and I'm like, locate object. That's a relatively boring one for this kind of scenario. And then I realized that for the past 6 months, it's probably come in really handy on a shit ton of
immensely
occasions.
handy.
It's the locate MacGuffin button.
Right. Oh, you
How
remember that
well
thing?
do they describe
Like, we're-
this instrument of power?
Right, we're literally trying to find objects, so I feel like it's the most fitting spell.
You've heard of this fabled object, but you weren't sure if it was rumor, conjecture, all right? But it is called the Portent of Unbridled Light.
Ooh.
What is exactly
a
the
portent?
Webster's dictionary version of portent?
Right, that's what
Like, is that
do you
like
want
a
the
slang
exact-
version of important?
I spelled unbridled horribly.
Unbridled what?
Light.
The one
Are you
normal
trying to
word.
say
all the fucking
Jarrell,
words.
Impotent?
So it means two things. The archaic version is just an exceptional or wonderful person or thing.
I see.
But it's also known as a sign or warning that something, especially something momentous or calamitous, is likely to happen.
All right. Thanks, Internet.
So I'm gonna go with it's a wonderful thing.
It's a very good thing.
It's an exceptional thing.
Uh-huh. And definitely not the other thing.
It is portent.
A giant big red button that you push in case of apocalypse.
The Apocalypse Now button? Yeah, I'm dying to press that.
All right, let's
Where
rage.
is the air support?
Jarrell, you even know, because you got a 20 on that religion check, that this portent was actually created by 3 gods and sort of like we'll call it like a demigod, more like I'll explain. Pelor, the god of light and, fertility and summer and things,
Oh, the good stuff.
worked with Coralon, the god of magic and also part of the light domain himself. You also have Moradin, the all-father of the dwarves, the creator of the dwarves.
Good old Moradin.
He just made him.
Yup.
What possessed
From
him
his
to be
fucking
like,
ribs.
this is a great idea.
Stone.
From his largest toenail.
Right.
From his toenail clipping. Came all the
Fucking
dwarves.
A-right. And we've grown to a mighty kind.
It's thinking more like stones of the earth, but sure, toenail clippings.
Stones of the earth.
Anyways, and also the minor deity, like demi-deity, Saint Cuthbert.
All one word?
Sand Cuthbert.
Saint Cuthbert the Cudgel.
Saint
The
Cuthbert.
cudgel.
The Cudgel.
That
Cuthbert.
sounds sexual.
I feel like if I Googled that, it'd be something weird.
Yeah, that would be
what?
a cudgel would be a
cudgel's like a
very weird
mace.
Google
A
search.
cudgel's a mace.
DM
So
does
yeah, it is
use
definitely sexual.
Yeah.
Good lord.
What was the line? The hammer is my penis.
My cudgel.
And yes, I do have a nickname for my testes.
I think you're thinking of cuckold.
Well,
Which is a completely different thing.
I understand.
Moving on.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Get it out. Get it out.
What a word.
Serious
again-
situations.
Right,
I mean,
right.
You start sprinkling words like that into it, though. What do you expect?
This is completely normal.
All right, cool.
We're good.
I'm not familiar with the nomenclature.
Any hoozle.
So yeah, what's the cudgel? A hammer? Right?
Yeah, essentially.
Like a club.
Yeah.
Great. I
Like a
missed
club
that.
hammer.
Yeah.
Okay. All cudgel business aside,
We just tuck it in.
these. You got me with that one.
First off, the fact that it means a hammer sounds
Yeah.
no bit less sexual than what I was
just
referencing.
From the cudgel.
We're all
I'm
fine.
so
except
onto the cudgel.
this.
Like,
Right.
We
You
have
did
ruined
this.
St. Cuthbert for everyone.
Oh, I got this whole thing
Saint-
planned.
the cudgel.
That's how it
We
goes.
find the funny word.
Oh,
Hammer.
and we're back.
Right?
Continue.
And he's like
I'm
pretty
sorry.
badass too, and like you had to fucking ruin it.
It wasn't my fault.
I thought he nailed it.
I don't know why I'm looking at you when I'm saying that. Like I'm kind of, it's like, sort of like a, it's
Blame
more
his
of the
mother.
proverbial you, like you all,
All of us.
like y'all fucking
All
up.
y'all?
Yeah.
How many y'alls exactly?
Can we move on?
All.
Too many,
I
clearly.
hate you.
All of them.
Rocks fall and everyone dies.
We did it. It was good
We
while
did
it
it.
lasted.
Too bad I'm
Let's
immune to
hear it.
rock
Let's
fall
pack it up.
damage.
And that
lived
is
a beautiful
the
life.
Hapless Heroes podcast.
you see Gregory kind of just like wave his arms because like you all just kind of been talking about this religious shit and like you guys went off on this whole tangent. He's like, enough of this. Like,
you say-
don't you understand what's happening outside?
Gregory?
What?
Would you say?
You did.
Did I say his name?
Yeah.
It's actually not Gregory though.
Gregory.
It's Gregory.
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 G-R-E-G-R-E.
So do you want to go back and do it without dropping the name? 'Cause I think
Yes.
that'll be a really good reveal.
Yeah,
for
I
you.
feel like
Yeah.
we should definitely
fucked
keep
that up.
silent. But we all know.
I caught
but we
it.
don't really.
I think I knew already. I
also feel like I knew that already.
Yeah, why do I feel like
But we never
asked
asked in game.
We never.
He
asked
told
the
us
game.
that what his name
You
was.
did
He told
tell
us
us.
that.
Yeah, but I decided to make him important.
Yeah, we all kind of.
And then we all decided to forget something that we didn't know.
Right.
Proof that we're immune to metagaming at this
True,
point.
yeah, you're right.
He asked
See,
us to forget
we
it, and we
have
literally
lost-
did.
we've
I,
lost our
already,
minds in
I'm
metagaming.
inspiring the group.
Right.
That
Yeah.
little
Hey,
bit of knowledge. It was
there you
my
go.
my first gift to you.
I just thought us being rude went with the territories.
One of us.
Oh, this is gonna be so hard for you guys now.
Oh man,
We're just beeping.
I'm just saying the blooper reel for this
rage for
podcast has to be
Fran.
just incredible.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So good.
I think I'm gonna keep a lot of that.
You should.
Either for the blooper reel or just keep it in the episode
Yeah,
because
it's
all
just funny.
It's all just
hilarious.
It's pretty good.
You just accept that we're a D&D comedy podcast.
I do put comedy as one of our categories.
Yeah.
I
we
advertise
have
us
to.
as a comedy podcast. You have to.
As you should, honestly.
Yeah.
it
I don't want
makes so
people
much
coming
sense.
in thinking that we're like this is like a serious actual play where we're like doing like a serialized.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like no.
I mean,
like,
there's a ton of actual play and a ton of content, but it's
Yeah. But
there
we're having
is
fun.
an immense
Like,
amount of
it's-
fucking around and having fun.
I'm not cutting
Yeah.
a lot of things out. Like I'm not cutting out dice rolls or like I'm not like,
Right.
trying to move things along faster. I mean, I'm trying to, but like relative, like you just guys ruin everything. So
Yeah. What is Gregory showing us?
yeah, I'm gonna get back to
Wait.
that. So I'm gonna count it back in.
No Gregory speak. We got
Yeah, we only
Yeah.
only more
Gregory
knows.
first.
What is the person whose name we do not know
Right.
Please tell us.
doing?
3, 2, 1. So the Goliath like turns to you guys and he's just like, all right, enough of this. Like, can't you see that like there's a bigger thing going on? Like, if I had anyone to ask, I would ask someone else. But you're the idiots who came walking in with all this crazy shit, and now I'm relying on you to save the fucking world.
All right, I'm just gonna
So
put-
either get it
Jarl's
together.
gonna roll a shame roll for
Or we're
how
all gonna die.
for being chastised. It's a 6, so he's pretty.
I'm
he's
also-
pretty.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put my finger to his lips and say, "We're on board, man.
We got this.
We got this."
We have no idea what, but we got it.
we've
And then we're just gonna walk out the
been in
door
this
and go get this thing.
He's like,
Do you
"No."
mash? Do you set your
No.
fingers on his lips, or do you mash?
I'm talking softly, and I'm going from
Gently.
top lip to bottom lip, where his
Sultry.
bottom lip goes pulled out,
a little bit salty.
and then snap back when my
right.
finger is off.
He does not flinch,
Okay.
and he just looks at you. And without even a sigh, he literally just turns back to Jarrell and says, he says, "Listen, look at the map here." So he kind of starts pointing at like one of the areas that they've circled. It's about 1.5 miles northeast of the wall, but kind of like diagonally. Like they even have something like a dotted line mapped out from like to the east of the wall as well, kind of like a path almost like through the mountains that you might be taking, or some sort of maybe like, I don't know, they're doing something, right? And he says, okay, so here there was a little hamlet, rather discreet, just farmers, monks, people, like just religious folk, just kind of, living a very sedentary lifestyle. After the upheaval, everything was destroyed. I mean, that's how it goes. Even all the way out here to the wall, like everything was decimated. But we believe that this artifact is here, in the Temple of Pelor. More specifically, the Temple of the Guardians of the Light. I need to send you there, and you need to find a way to bring this back. We're going to give you a device that, once you're beyond the wall, you should be able to activate using you'll feel it when you're out there. The magical aura. I can't describe it. You'll feel it.
Oh.
Why do I bother with you guys?
He did say that out loud.
All right.
For the record, Hoblet let out a audible "oh"
Feeling the magic, baby.
when he heard that.
If anything, he sees like your vestments and stuff like that. I mean, you probably still are wearing some kind of symbol of Clangeddin.
Fuck yeah.
Like he gets it. He's a cleric too.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest. He knows the
It's
feeling.
the only
of,
reason I'm paying him any mind is because he said he was a cleric. Before that, Hoblet didn't even care that this guy existed. Then he said he was a cleric, and then Hoblet started listening to what he had to say.
Nice.
Jarrell asks, "How do we get there?"
literally just take this thing, and he kind of hands you like what almost looks like a cube, right? And it's sort of like this sort of turquoise blue with like a sort of black trimming.
Okay, when he's giving it to him, is Jarrell's hand just out?
Yeah,
Does that make a difference?
I mean, he's handing it to Jarrell.
As he starts to hand it to me, Jarrell is going to have his hand out.
Okay.
When somebody hands you something, you usually stick your hand out.
I mean, it is a
Hoblet's
magical.
ready with the renegade interrupt.
Right,
there.
Right.
Like,
Just shove his way in there.
I mean, I might be. It's a magical object, and I kind of want it.
So
I
it
kind
looks
of
great.
want it.
I would like to do a religion
No, you know
check
what? That's fine. Okay, I'm
on,
all right.
on this item.
I'm all right.
Nice.
All right, religion check. 14.
A religion check on this device?
Yeah.
There's nothing really religious about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zero looking at it wonders, is that a Omega project item?
Give me a history check.
As the Goliath is handing it to Jarrell, Jarrell's handing it to
0.
And
because he realizes that it's nothing of religious significance.
14 total.
14 total? Yeah, you can see kind of a very small engraving of the Omega Project in the corner. This is not really a device you're super familiar with.
Yeah. Most of the things the project does, I wouldn't be.
But you do know what it's called.
Nice.
Okay, so this is called the Sustaining Resonance Encabulator.
Of course it is.
I know where you went.
Give us
And
an acronym.
SRE.
Nice.
You know that, given the right amount of power, could teleport things, including people, short distances. However, this never really made it out of alpha, to your knowledge.
All right. I don't think Zero is all that surprised that experimental tech would be in use up here at the border.
Right.
Like this place is literally desperate times 24/7.
Right. But you know that you would need to probably get north of the wall in order to activate it. There's
Right.
not enough juice here. On the, at least, where like there's not a lot of crazy magical energy going on.
Yeah, but you could scoop latent juice just out of the air once you're in there.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
I'll be
soup. It's like
scooping that
magical
juice.
soup.
A magical stew. Nice.
And we're going to take Mort into that.
Yeah.
And
It's a
me.
real
Oh
thing.
Lord. All right. So
We've taken the liberty of grabbing your horses. There's enough space for them to come in with you. You're going to need to get away fast. Because if that's an indication of what's waiting for you out there, you need to get as far away as quickly as you can and push the button.
understood.
Yeah. It's just about at this time. Zero is, looking at it, hands it back to the Goliath,
Okay.
and finishes racking bolts in his last of the 12 cylinders that's across his chest. And fills up a 13th and locks it into the bottom of the crossbow.
Okay, so which one of you is actually taking this then? And he looks around at you and
All right,
Zero
no,
and
I'm
Jarrell.
just like
Zero grabs
raising-
it back. He just needed to finish loading.
I was just raising my hand like, pick me. Pick me.
Yeah, he didn't even look at you.
No, probably.
Zero
had
sees
paid
you.
no mind.
Zero does not care.
I'll walk up and then I'll outstretch my hand, but then I'm gonna ask him, is this gonna put my gear out of tune? I heard you talking about resonance and I'm a little worried.
Is he coming with us?
Yeah, we hired him too.
Have we asked your name yet?
My name's Hedrick, my man.
I see.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Hedrick, my man.
I feel like at that exact
Hello. What is your name? If you have one.
I am Omega Project Prototype Zero.
Pleasure to meet you. I hope you like music.
Absolutely, Hedrick, my man.
the entire time this exchange is going on, I feel like Hoblet and Jarrell are just locked eyes and like
Pretty much.
head shaking and or eye rolling.
Yeah, but do you know? Are you shaking your head at him or the situation?
Yes.
I'm like
Yes.
nodding
Wait, he's
the
here
entire
too?
time. I'm like nodding the entire time.
Okay,
Getting in your head.
that was good.
Let's get this party started.
Do we just walk through the gate?
No,
We take our horses out.
we have a passageway that if you guys would just let me talk.
Talk fast.
Oh, he just kind of like looks at me, Paylor, give me whatever strength you have left.
Let us get our horses.
Yes, they're already here. Just follow me.
Let us
Fuck off, follow me.
Are you coming with us?
It's a good question.
No.
Someone needs to stay here and provide the light.
Oh, lucky you!
I will be
And
sustaining.
then we just walk away. We're walking away.
I feel like we're right to the horses.
Oh,
Let's go.
wait. Can you at least tell us something about the temple?
Hold on.
What we could expect?
Because
when we
you just said
arrive?
that. Yeah, but because you guys just said that,
Yeah.
you guys just start walking away without him. You have no idea where you're going. You're just kind of walking in circles around his house.
We're looking for the horses.
Zero turns to him. They'll figure it out eventually. Just let him play this out.
How many
It's easier
rounds
in the
before
end.
we don't know where the horses are?
It's true. Good question.
All right.
I mean, hold on, I'm gonna make a note of something real quick.
Now, how far away do we walk from these guys?
Because
We're not
outside is
walking
just
away,
the
we're
middle of
just
the street.
outside looking
Oh, just
for our
outside.
horses.
You just like we just. Okay.
All right, when he doesn't follow us, I suppose maybe we turn around and walk back inside.
Or if when we don't find
Wait.
the horses that we're trying to.
Or
trail.
when we don't find the horses.
I'm sorry. Did you walked out of the house?
I thought you said we were...
Yeah, I thought.
No.
No.
Oh,
So you walked out of the house.
No, you said we were
oh
looking
dude,
for
we
the horses.
can't get back in the house.
I never said you left the house. I said follow me, and then you guys were like, okay, cool, yeah, see you later. And
Then
that's
my
it.
assumption was follow me was like that we were taking off.
Cool.
So-
That's a great assumption. I mean, you assumed a lot of things.
Okay.
So
So
Jarrell,
follow me. So
Jarrell
they
is
know.
about to
You made
open
an
the door.
ass out of
We're
you
ready
and
to
umption.
follow. Yeah.
Jarrell is about to open the door.
He's just like looking at you, like he's like, you're saying all these things, but yet you're not following me.
Oh, where are you going?
Not that way.
All right,
Well, let's go.
sir, please bring us to our
Right.
destination.
So he starts taking you to the back of this house, and he pulls like a book on a bookshelf that's like towards the back, and gigantic, stereotypical gigantic chamber opens up in there, and it's like a bunch of like stairs going down, and there's your horses and a modified 0.5 in travel mode
Nice.
Wow.
waiting there for you. And you can smell the foulness in the air that's like wafting through here.
Great.
Just a bunch of dead.
Fantastic.
Just smells like dead.
It smells like dead. Yeah.
I'm gonna look over to the Kenku, the Kinkaju, whatever his name.
Oh my
is,
God.
Whatever they're called.
Uh-huh.
And the Goliath. Am I correct?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask them. Is there anything that you can give us to help us along in this quest? This is a tall task that you're asking of us.
They gave us one box.
You
Give
seem
us a box. Like,
I was
do
gonna say,
you have anything else for us to take on this trip?
you
Any
seem well
supply?
equipped. That's literally all we can spare.
So
He's wearing like white pants and like
This is time is of the essence. Well, he doesn't wear armor though, so whatever.
Oh yeah.
Pip pip cheerio.
But does he really look like he's up?
so just to reiterate, we get away from the wall and then use the box.
Yeah, you'll know when.
Sounds good.
And you ride forth.
Yes.
You guys are riding north for a while. This, the mountains are very thick, right? But you can see that there's like a light at the end, and like there seems to be some sort of at least magical light in here illuminating part of your journey. But then it begins to get very dark, and only those of you with dark vision, which actually is only 3 of you at this table,
I mean, I got dark vision, baby.
can see, like what's ahead. Like the other 2 of you may have to procure some sort of means of light, or else all you can see is just what's ahead.
Hey, Zero, I'm gonna hold on to your back. Just keep a hand on your back.
While you're riding horses?
Oh, horses. Oh, that's right.
Well, I was gonna ask. This is my question. Does Head Rick?
Yeah,
does
Head Rick
he-
has a horse.
He does have a horse. I was gonna say, is he just like riding on
No,
the back of
they
somebody
gave him a
else's
horse.
horse?
They gave him a horse.
Does
They
my
gave him
horse
one.
have dark vision?
Actually,
Can we give a roll for it? Can we roll something for
Actually,
it? Dark-
that's a really good question.
The
Thank
actual
you so
dark
much,
horse?
Phil. Because it doesn't matter if any of y'all have dark vision. Really, what it matters is if the horses have dark vision also, right?
Or
Well,
if
as
we have
soon as it
torches.
gets-
You're like
I
guided
also
as
have
soon as
sure
it gets
suggest-
as soon as it gets dark, Hoblet's gonna light a torch and
Yeah.
take the lead.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
also-
we're not even going to try to find the answer
Right,
to
we
this
don't
question.
care.
Well, I just think my horse would follow the other horses based on sound alone.
Right.
But
They do not have dark vision.
I also have to say I will light a torch as well because it's.
okay.
I understand people.
Yeah,
in
blow
our
it.
crew
Yeah, you're trying to like
do not
light it
have
while
dark
you're like
vision.
blowing in the wind. You guys stop for a second, light torches, and continue.
No, I just
Yeah,
ride the
we-
horse. I
yeah,
ride
we
the horse
stop for a second.
backwards to shield myself from the wind, and I light it on the horse.
You
riding
spin
back.
around.
Oh my
You know
god!
what I mean?
I'm tired. I'm just.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, cool.
I
it
made it
happens.
work. I have a torch lit.
That's right.
You're not gonna make him do an acrobatics for that one.
I mean, please feel free to make me do an acrobatics. I will succeed.
Do I want you guys to fail so early?
No, let's get there.
I mean, it depends.
No.
We've been giving you a pretty hard time tonight. I don't know.
I'm still
he's
roll
gonna
an
save it
acrobatics
for
just
when it
because I
matters.
feel so confident. Yep.
Nice.
21.
Okay, cool. Thanks for wasting that.
You're welcome.
You're giving it to you
idiot,
anyway.
idiot.
Just keep pissing him off. It'll be good. It'll be real good.
Just confident. Mort is feeling so confident in himself right now. He can't be stopped.
Oh.
So eventually, you guys get to the cave opening, and the moment you exit outside, you can feel sort of this like, like when it's like a humid day, like really muggy. We're talking like 90% humidity. You know what I'm saying? Like you
like
feel that.
drink the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like that, but instead of like heat, there's no other word to describe it besides this shit's magic.
Is this the first time any of us have ever been past the wall? I mean,
Oh,
except for
yes.
maybe Hedrick.
No, this is all of your first time beyond the wall. I mean, Hobbit popped his head out for a second, and so did Quinn, but that lasted for a second, and it was just the heads. Like you feel it in your bones. You feel like you can almost feel like the blood running through your veins. Like it's uncomfortable. It's like pins and needles almost, like for a little while as you adjust. You know what I'm saying? Like this is some heavy shit. Actually, you know what? Everybody give me Constitution saves. Okay, so let's go left to right here. Hobbit, what do you got?
4.
Oh my.
Mort,
12.
0.
10.
13.
In Jarrell?
17.
Okay. At least
It's almost
you
in order.
did something. That was actually very close. to
Usually how it goes.
So I guess everyone below a 15, which
Nice.
is the three
Rick.
of you, right?
I am
Yeah.
too.
Oh, so four of the five of you. Okay.
So Jarrell feels like he was born to do this.
Jamie, I'm gonna ask you something.
Okay.
What kind of magical, like minor magical sickness, would you say? Like, think about it. Just use your imagination. It doesn't have to be anything real. Just what kind of magical sickness do these guys come down
What
with
would
momentarily?
magic sickness look
What would
like?
magic
Also,
sickness
I
look
have
like?
to say, there are five of us at this table that want you to say one thing, and one person at this table that wants you to say another.
I'm asking you directly.
So I'm just saying. I'm not trying to.
What would it
say
feel like
anything.
when
It's
like
his
you
table,
OD
right?
on magic all of a sudden?
You
I
overdose
can
on
tell you
magic.
honestly.
Yeah.
Sudden confusion.
Sudden confusion. Excellent. So,
Damn it, Jamie.
You're all
That was on top. That
confused
was
on horses with torches.
Uh-huh.
Amazing.
any checks?
Damn.
We're talking any wisdom or intelligence checks made to perceive, investigate, comprehend. Are going to be made a disadvantage for the next
Come equipped. Is this your first podcast?
3 hours.
Phil's got a pencil.
3 hours?
3 hours.
Oh, God. Son of a bitch.
Jarrell, you're good.
Yep.
Everyone else, we're going to say disadvantage on perception, investigation, history, and arcana checks.
So all
So-
the good ones. All the good ones.
Jarl was in the front. I'm going to do a perception check to see if I notice them lag at all.
Sure.
It's an 11.
I mean, it's pretty easy to tell because you feel it too, but you can tell that they're not handling it as well as you
Yeah.
are.
Zero's feeling the same stuff for slightly different reasons. His eyes are kind of glowing green, and he's like trying to discharge this extra energy that he's suddenly
Right.
having to run on.
However,
like
Does
scratching
Jarl
myself
also
viciously.
notice that he's using his dark vision?
Not when you're out here.
Okay.
It's bright out here. It's
Oh,
foggy.
okay, good.
And there's like a weird sort of like aura about this place,
Yeah.
but you're outside and like there is light out. What you also notice though, Jarrell, when everyone else is kind of doubling over a little bit in confusion and just general like discomfort,
Motion, like weird vertigo.
that line of undead has continued going even up towards where you guys are right now.
So that they're just continuing to line up.
You can see in the distance, we're talking like very far distance, just almost like these black dots on the horizon in the fog.
We haven't
Okay.
even scratched the surface.
We have to go a mile
Yeah,
into
it's
this.
crazy.
Northeast.
And
Oh, I drew it
directly
northwest.
into
I'm an idiot.
Well, yeah. Just turn it over. Turn it that way.
around.
So Jarrell, since you're the one kind of maintaining your wits right now, what I'm gonna kind of pass the lead to you here because you kind of have your shit together. You guys are now
Jarl,
out.
noticing that they've all kind of slowed down in their pace because he's just kind of trudging ahead. He's going to turn around, look straight at Zero, and I'm going to toss Zero a length of rope.
Okay.
I got an 18 with athletics, so that's a 25. So I toss him a rope.
You just just javelin this thing towards him. Okay, sure, I guess. What-
Are you tossing me the whole rope or just one end of the rope?
I have one end. I tossed you the other, like 40 feet or so.
Okay. Zero grabs it at about 10 feet from you and tosses the next 30 feet of it to... Who wants to be in the middle of the lineup?
I'm a caboose all day.
Yeah. We're gonna you know what, Hedrick, you're the buffer. We're gonna put you in the middle. It's a...
Nice.
And I'm actually gonna say these are more dex checks. I'll give you the first one.
Yeah.
But like you're making sort of like a ranged like toss.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's 22.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Tom
Alright,
Brady,
so
that
I've got
sucker.
it.
It's pretty easy to grab.
Yeah.
Now I've got to toss it to Hoblet or Mort.
Who do you want to toss it to behind you?
I
I'll
think
toss
it's.
it to
I think it's
Hoblet.
only 50 feet.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
just
So far
every
we've
10
used-
You've
feet.
gone 10, 30.
I'm
and now
sorry. I
he's
thought
going
you.
back
I thought you threw me 40 feet.
50.
Okay, I'm sorry. Then I threw 40 feet because I just wanted to take the 10 feet.
So how many feet do we have left? Because I am not.
Enough
Whatever
to
you
get to
do.
the back.
You guys are stringing yourselves together. Is essentially what's
10,
happening.
10, 10. We're good.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's hard math.
Is it?
I mean, so many ones and zeros. I just
Well, I
don't
mean,
know
we
what to do
are
with it.
like, you know.
No, there's only 1 0.
I mean, I feel like if you guys just get close enough together, it should be fine. That's
Okay.
good. I like that.
All right. Hoblet's just gonna ride up alongside of these idiots.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
You guys can
So
just
you're next
arrange
to me?
yourselves
Yeah.
and just pass it to each other.
Okay.
Yep.
I still want to be in the back.
Fine.
All right.
Just let him be. Just
So
let him be.
with the fog, how can we? How far can we see in front of us? Like going into the fog.
I mean, when it starts to get about a half mile out is when it starts to get, roughly a half mile out, it starts to get like hard to see, and that's kind of where like those dotted, just those little dots kind of are sitting right now.
Okay.
You can see like even just maybe the outline of the head of one of the titans, but it is much farther away. It's more towards the gates, which you're surprisingly far from.
Okay. And our guide, the Goliath and Kenku,
They stayed behind.
They
Pushed
stayed
the button.
behind.
they stayed behind.
So we're just riding slowly.
Yeah,
making sure to keep pace
what
with
kind
each
of
other.
yeah, what kind of pace are you
We're
making?
keeping pace with each other.
Okay. I'll say you guys, like, while you're all strung together, you're moving at a bit of a slower pace.
Yeah, we'd have to be.
Yeah.
So,
How far do we want to get away before we push this button?
We need
Can
to
we
get
push
the
it?
we need to get the hammer thing,
what?
the cudgel.
You're not getting the cudgel.
The
Cudgel is the man. The man
was just
is
the
the
dude.
cudgel.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting a.
He
That
banged-
wasn't clear.
Yeah, it was clear.
Don't get me wrong. I blurred the lines on that one.
I'm gonna stop all of you right
Okay.
now. You did that to yourselves.
Yeah, I feel like I really led the
I
charge on
communicated
one,
that
yeah.
shit.
Well, we got
you
the
chose
that was
what you
his
wanted to
nickname.
hear.
No, we're going after the portent of unbridled light.
That is
Right.
correct.
Right. Okay.
Which is not a cudgel.
Right.
It's not the
No, it's a
cudgel.
portent.
We
It's
are
an
going
im-
for the
it's
portent.
a
The portent cudgel.
Where did the word come from then?
Because the
It's
guy's
His name
name.
is Saint
nickname.
Cuthbert the Cudgel was
banged
the
so
guest
many
star.
chicks, they called him the hammer. Moving on.
Yeah, we're
got it now.
onward
Man,
and
he
forward.
banged so many chicks they called him a saint.
Saint Cudgel, really.
hammer.
Like, yeah.
Unbridled light.
I mean, I guess I can't really say this is entirely your fault. I did choose these as the deities, knowing who all of you are as people.
And that we weren't even
So-
while taking notes not gonna pay attention.
This went the exact way it should have.
I will accept part of the blame for this.
Okay, so we're trying to ride a mile north. How far do we make
Northeast.
it? Northeast. I have my map adjusted.
I don't know. Like, what are you trying to do, right? Like, tell me how far you're trying to ride. When are you pushing the button? Like, when are you trying to do it?
Well, I'm gonna wait to feel something.
Right.
Yeah, he said we would.
I mean, you
know.
feel
No.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're also feeling kind of sick. So in fact, I'd like for you to make me an Arcana check at disadvantage.
Is that everybody or just 0?
0, because he's the one holding the thing.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll take 14 plus Arcana. Puts me at 18.
You still know what's going on. You are
Yep.
you're not close yet.
Yep.
You feel like you feel something magical, but it's the sickness. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not the power that this thing needs.
All right, let's roll
Give-
on.
we keep riding.
Oh, Ciro's got a stutter now.
But he's got a little bit of max headroom going right now.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
So we ride a half mile.
You're at a half mile. Okay, cool. About a quarter of the mile in, some noise starting to happen in the distance. No,
Go womp womp womp.
no, more
womp.
like a.
Do we have sound effects for this? Because that would be.
No, we
wonderful.
do.
We're holding out for the sound of beatboxing.
Could we please
Toast
just
shows up out of nowhere.
sit here
Adding in the
and
background.
let John guess sounds until he guesses the right sound?
Just toast is flying through the
Just
atmosphere.
goes in like the next 10 minutes.
No,
be
it's
John
just somebody
guessing sounds.
singing the Scat Man over and over again.
No. It does not sound like that.
I'm disappointed.
Thank you.
What it actually sounds like is almost as if like there were tens of thousands of people screaming
Oh, that's pleasant.
It's awful.
at the top of their lungs.
Agony
Like
or
screeching?
joy?
And there's
Like, is
sort
it
of
just
a-
obnoxious or is it like
And there's
pain?
sort of a low rumble.
Is it like deafening to us? Can we still...
No, it's
But we
just
can
kind of
hear it.
starting to
It's
happen.
there.
So like, is it starting, or are we just getting closer to it?
You know, it's hard to tell. Why don't you make me a perception check at disadvantage?
All right.
Hard telling.
Do I have to do it at disadvantage?
You're the only one who doesn't.
Okay.
that's
I
pretty good.
rolled 2 14s.
Oh,
I will
again.
take
Three.
Killing it.
14, so 17. Yeah.
Okay. No.
No.
No, Jerome. Okay.
I wasn't paying attention apparently.
Okay. This more like sounds like the sounds of like running, like a running horde.
Oh, great.
Towards us, or
Let's tuck up this rope and ride.
Okay. Yeah, we should probably just put our heads down and just really try.
Have
to
we
get out.
made it
Yeah.
to? Have we made it to the pass yet?
The pass.
It's in between two mountains. Is the hop?
You went you went through that to get here.
Okay.
Okay.
So you are now just kind of in the.
The Badlands.
We're just cruising the mile. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max.
Tuck
stuff
up the
going.
rope. Let's go.
All right. So yeah, I just kind of pull it forward.
As you guys are riding, again, you get another maybe quarter mile. The sound's starting to get louder, and you can see kind of coming out of the fog, maybe just a couple individually right now, but these like a collection of like different undead. There appears to be a ghoul. You can see like its jaw's missing, its tongue is like hanging all the way down to its knees, and it's just like sprinting. And there's like a couple like zombies. Some are missing arms. One's only got half of its head still there, and they're just like sort of running. They're still a good distance away from you, but they're surprisingly gaining traction.
They're running right towards us.
They're kind of running towards the wall right now, but you can tell that as the further you ride, like you're still not feeling that thing, Zero.
Yeah.
Like you see a few they're starting to get closer and louder and more, and you see a few like from this pack that just starts emerging from the fog. A few detach off from heading towards the wall and start coming towards you. And by a few, I mean like about 100.
About 100 come towards us. Okay.
So we're kind of running on like the corner of their.
You're kind of like they're kind of coming straight south, and you're going north
Right.
east, so they're kind of having to adjust course and
I would-
head you
Let-
off.
let's-
I would like
let-
to roll a perception check to see if I know anything about any of these creatures, or like if they seem like
I mean-
intimidating, or like or anything about them, just so I know how to.
Okay,
I
hold
would
on,
like to-
hold on.
I
I'm
would
sorry,
like-
I'm sorry. You want to roll to see if they are intimidating?
I would well, obviously they're intimidating. They're zombies with tongues.
I just
hanging
have
down to their
divine
knees.
sense.
Okay, that works
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
That,
Okay.
That's
Go
much.
ahead and- you know what?
let's.
That's
Please,
much smarter.
please use divine sense.
I don't. I think I just say I use divine sense, don't
Right.
I?
Yeah, it's like you get one use of it. I think it's like an action or a bonus action.
They
or
have to be
something
within
like
60 feet though.
that. They have to be within 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we're waiting
not
on
do
that
that.
one.
You know what?
Run.
Let's ride east and just pull hard as we can and see if we can outdistance these
You
guys.
just
We're on
wanna just
horseback.
plug
Let's
right
see.
through it?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
cruising on
Okay.
horses.
Yeah, we'll just try to flank around it.
So I would like, let's see, all of you to give me animal handling checks.
Oh, nice. I've been dying for an animal.
No,
handler.
we've owned these horses for a little bit.
I understand. I have a DC set in my head.
Is it
Oh
at-
my
Oh
god.
Jesus!
Are we rolling at disadvantage?
No, not on this one.
Okay.
Not on this one.
It's a worthy question because it is a wisdom-based skill.
No, this is like riding a horse is a little bit different than trying to comprehend your surroundings. Like, I'm not going to be super mean. Just give you a little bit back for what you gave to me earlier. So,
I rolled an unnatural 20.
okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 7.
Okay.
I have a 9.
Okay.
I got an 8.
Oh my.
I want to remind you that I was the nice one.
Uh huh.
Net one.
Good lord.
Gasp!
We are doomed.
Well, that was actually that dramatically changes things. So,
Great.
Jarrell, you fall off your horse.
I could only assume that would be the outcome of an at one.
Yeah. And does the group stop as you guys are trying to
Yes.
like?
Yeah, we
take
are going to
off?
come to
Yeah.
a screeching halt.
Yeah.
Okay, Jarrell, it takes you some time to remount your horse, and in that time, these things have gained on you another like 90 feet.
Okay,
How far
many
away
of them
are
we
they
got?
now?
They are now about, we'll say, 200 feet away from you.
Okay.
And how
let's
many
ride.
of them were they again?
100.
Still 100? About 100?
I don't want to use this yet, so let's
No,
ride.
me neither. Let's
No.
let's go. We just gotta
Let's
try
ride.
to
Yeah.
keep going. If they catch up to us, we have to fight them. It is what it is. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get as far as we
As
can.
possible.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh!
That is the worst sound that I have to say.
No.
It's a good sound.
Okay, thank God.
So
I saw it. I shouldn't look behind the screen, but I saw.
I was rolling at advantage to kind of like figure something out for these zombies. And I'm gonna take a picture of a little behind the screen. I'm gonna remove my notes.
He
from the
did,
shot.
didn't he?
He did.
Don't get
And
real.
And I double nat 1
Double that one.
on
All
advantage.
right.
On
The
advantage.
hapless have become.
That was advantage.
Which completes our D&D bingo board.
Yes.
Nice.
I've done that before.
You have.
Wow.
Was it the double 20s at disadvantage? I think.
No, we've done double
done
20s
that.
for both of them. We did double 1s on disadvantage.
Uh-huh.
Oh, double 1s on advantage.
Yep.
Wow.
We've hit for the cycle.
Yeah, that is.
You managed to outrun them.
Okay, thankfully, I would say that would.
A few of them trip in the front, and then the rest just kind of start toppling over them, and that gives them, it removes enough of their momentum that you are able to pull away.
With my 17, since I rolled a 17, and I'm handling my animals so well right now. I'm straight handling it.
Uh-huh.
Hoblet's gonna do like a stand. I'm picturing like we're riding
Uh-huh.
to whatever level my short ass little legs will let me stand. And I'm gonna throw a quick moon their way as we're riding away. So I'm going to depants myself, exposing my dirty rear end.
I thought you just cleaned up. Are you already dirty?
I thought we're in the dirty lands.
Or the
I mean,
nether
yeah.
region.
It looks like a ham rolled
I'm a
in the
dirt
backyard.
magnet. Yeah.
Did you cast Depant?
No.
You don't have to cast anything to remove your... You know what?
I just wanted to clarify.
So yeah, just as a little ha 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 undead, I'm mooning them as well.
Zero, you mean you... So, hey, guys, you are pulling away.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Hoblet's mooning or whatever. It does get to
Or
a point.
whatever.
It does get to a point again where they start to gain on you. However, as they're starting to get closer, Zero, you feel something.
Yep. Rally up. Here we go. We're hitting this box. Everybody in.
Are you yelling this to us? Like,
Yeah.
Okay, you're making it clear.
Yep.
All right.
Right. So you guys kind of like all kind of group together, you know, in formation. And as these things are like starting to almost like get at the heels of, you know, your horses, Zero presses the button, and all of a sudden, like what was all of you and your horses just vanishes out of existence for a second. And all of a sudden, you guys reappear with the same momentum you were still carrying in front of like a ruined town. In fact, you're actually starting to go through like some narrow streets, and I need everybody to make dexterity saving throws.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Now, are we doing this at any
Oops.
type of
No, just dexterity saving
Yeah.
throws.
straight up?
There's no dex hex to affect dex
No
checks.
dex hacks for the dex checks. Come on.
Sucker
Yeah.
foreskin.
Here we go. Here we go.
What did you get a 1?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Zero. We got we're bones.
Oh no! We'll be all right.
No,
Okay.
we won't be.
You might be.
all right.
Yeah, you might be all right too. We'll figure it out. We've been.
We'll,
Hang
we'll
on.
get it sorted.
Hang on.
And that's not a natty.
Hoblet, what did you get?
Pass.
This isn't pass fail here. What did you get?
2. Hey, I beat Dave.
Failure.
I beat myself.
Oh, right now. More. What did you get?
We weren't
Proudly,
there.
I got a 16.
You're okay.
Drum
Nat
roll.
1
Nat 1.
for 0.
Oh, good God.
Hedrick?
I got a 10.
No.
Oh, that's
Jarrell?
Hey, Oblet. Sharing 2s.
really. Am I the only one like left standing here?
Mort?
Don't leave me to my own devices. I can't handle myself by myself.
We're not down. We just
Just
fell off
saying.
our horse again.
Mort managed to somehow exit this portal in the middle of the pack, and you just kind of ran. You were like, you had the most sort of clear path out of all of them, right? And you managed to kind of just get your horse to like slow down for a second once you realize where you are and come to a stop.
Very
These
nimble.
guys all come tumbling off their horses, so much so that 0.5 tumbles with you, and you guys kind of roll for a bit, and he crashes into a stone building and is now like literally in disrepair. Like would require significant repairs to make ride again, or even function as like a robot.
Oh,
That's a kick in the biscuits.
His turbo encabulator has gone on the fritz.
Oh
A
no.
vegetative robot state.
how
And
long
then
would it
it-
take to fix it?
Well, I don't know. He experienced side fumbling, and that's never good.
No. Side
Once you
fumbling
side
is very
fumble,
bad.
you're
No,
just...
the Marzal Wains are all off center. It's
So the
it's
rest of
bad.
us are horses and us are okay. We're just down.
No, I wasn't done.
Oh, damn. Wishful thinking.
Yeah,
I
don't go talking too soon.
You guys all take 7 bludgeoning damage as well as
great.
you fall.
You
That's
take
awesome.
7 bludgeoning damage.
Face takes 7
I'll
bludgeoning
take
damage.
that and reverse it. I can't reverse it. Just saying that.
Just because of the force at which you guys were propelled off of your horses. Because you guys were making the same pace when you pushed the button, so you exited it at that pace.
Why didn't we slow down at all?
Because
Because
they were
I
in your nose.
We
apparently
pushed the button.
forgot having played Portal
Oh,
before.
yeah. We should have stopped while they were
was
being-
hard.
They were right on you, yeah.
We should
Yeah.
think a little harder.
Any hoozle.
So now you're sort of in this, like, it looks like a small hamlet. All of the buildings here are absolutely decimated. So much so that most of them are just been flattened to dust and dirt and piles of rubble, but you can see to your northwest, what once must have stood as a temple, but half of the sort of bell tower is crumbled to the ground and parts of the roof are like caved in and stuff like that, and some of the walls on the side.
Okay.
But there is a temple over there.
Jarrell says, "It's time to move, friends."
So you just stumbling back onto your horse for the second time.
Well, we're in the town now.
No, just saying.
Yeah, you can stay on your horse.
Are we
I'm
walking
just-
our
I'm
horses
cruising.
now? Okay.
You know, it's considerably less noisy here from like a
Well-
undead screaming perspective, but like there's definitely sort of that ominous like like wind blowing.
Something
right?
close by, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like the Legend of Zelda. when
Right.
You went to the temple. Yeah, exactly. I got the picture.
It's like that,
Hoblet,
yeah.
Hoblet is going to cast locate object to locate this thing that we are looking for.
We're with the person.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, the best way to describe this is
It's
Hyrule
not a
when
person.
It's
not a
adult
person.
Link
No,
version
it's not a
Hyrule.
person.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
an object
Great.
made by a person.
Hold on.
When you walk
Let
to
me
the
crack an
temple.
egg of knowledge for Jarrell, just so that he can get on the right page with everybody.
Even though Jarrell was the one who learned all this stuff.
We are looking for the portent of unbridled light.
Correct.
The portent of unbridled light is an object. It's an exceptional thing, as Fran told us.
Right.
Okay, that's
Oh,
a
and
thing.
then I'm stuck on the minor deity, the
Right.
last minor deity. For some reason, I'm
These
stuck on that.
four
Yeah, I did the
guys.
cudgel out
You're
of
stuck
it.
on the
made-
cudgel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they made the portent. Palor, Coloron,
3 dudes and 1 dude.
Moradin,
Got it.
and
Okay.
Saint Cuthbert.
That's
I got
actually
it.
pretty.
You got
That's
cudgel on the
Coloron,
brain.
but yeah, you were pretty
Whatever.
good.
I got it now.
It's,
know what?
that's the Elvish god, right?
That's the
Yes,
Dwarven.
okay.
That's
That's part of the
Dwarven
Dawn War pantheon.
pronunciation.
Part of the major pantheon.
Yeah, Corlin Lathion or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Elven last name.
Yeah.
So I am going to cast locate object to locate the whatever the potent of.
You've never seen it before. I mean, can you name it? If you can name the
I
object,
can do it because it was described off to me.
well,
Here we are.
does the portent
No,
of
I'm-
unbridled
what I'm
light count
asking-
as name for naming it?
Right, and I would like. Yeah, does locate object allow you to name an object you've never seen before?
I believe, if I remember it correctly, if I've never seen the object, I locate the closest one of the same.
Description.
Describe or name an object that is familiar to you.
I wouldn't say it's familiar to you. You didn't know shit about it, Havlet.
Why didn't we ask more questions about this?
Jarrell knows a little bit about it, but all he knows is that it's sort of this sort of artifact shrouded in mystery, conjecture at best. This is the first confirmation he's had about it. Now, that's me being pedantic. However,
I mean, I'm gonna kind of gesture Hoblet to be like, let's just go to the temple. Let's go. We don't have any time to waste here.
So I've never seen it.
Well,
Then
I
I'm
heard,
not casting anything.
I heard him
Because I've never
say
seen
the
it,
words
and that's
powerful
dumb.
instrument.
Yes. he
And
did.
I wasn't sure whether or not to take that literally, being as my profession, or whether or not you were just figurative and it's an instrument of mass power. You know?
you can give me an insight check.
Okay. Big roll here.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
whammies.
17.
It is an instrument of power, not a musical instrument.
I was
A
expecting. I
wave
was
of
expecting big
disappointment.
things.
An important clarification for my guy. He was
Yeah.
a little preoccupied.
It's a much more important than that.
It's the dude.
Son of a bitch bastard.
Important portables.
Important. It's impotent.
It's the most important in my life right now.
I've
Of
never
all
had
the
a more
important-
It's actually the most important
You've
port
never had a
in
more important
everyone's
port?
lives right now.
The more
Pertinent,
important.
A very pertinent port indeed. The
So,
pertinence of this portent cannot be understated.
what is your
nor
first?
overstated.
What's the first step in searching for this portent? Then, what do you do?
We go to the the temple.
Zero attempts to remove the memory unit from the 0.5 unit destructively if necessary. He's just ripping it out of there.
You're still able to pull it out.
okay.
Like his head's not. Well, sorry, he doesn't really have a head. You kind of just painted a face on it, so you were
Yeah.
able to remove it because you didn't just give this thing an actual head with a brain. You were more practical than that.
Shove that in the bag. Leave the rest of it there. I'll build another one another day.
Sounds good.
And I'm just gonna say, let's go. Let's go to the temple. Like we have no time to waste
Right.
here.
How far away is it?
Hoblet's gonna get on his horse because I'm slower than everyone.
It's like a couple blocks away.
Oh,
It's a small town.
okay.
Let's roll.
I'm still gonna go like as fast as I
Alright.
possibly can on my horse.
So we're
It's like the dude who peels out
Yeah, right.
drives like four
You
city
yell out
blocks.
Leroy Jenkins as you fucking
Right.
roll.
And then the red light comes in, and then
So even though it's just a couple blocks, yeah, Mort just peels out, race you to the thing.
yeah.
Any excuse for a yeehaw
Run.
scene. Yeah,
Jarrell, realizing that Zero is now transportationless, is gonna stick close to him, off of his
Yeah.
horse,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and move up quickly.
Yeah, Zero will be advancing as fast as possible with his weapon full on locked, loaded, and ready.
Okay.
Understanding that Mort might be biting off more than he can chew, Hoblet's gonna try to keep,
Pace with him.
no, not pace with him, but like sort of I'm gonna do, because it's only a couple blocks, I'm gonna do
Right.
my best to stay sort of midway between
Right.
the back of the pack
Keeping
and,
an eye on him.
and Mort. Right. So
Okay.
if he finds himself in a sticky wicket, I can get to him quickly.
I'm a little juiced up right now.
Right.
Yeah, you guys make it there without any incident at all. It's
Nice.
quiet as shit.
Okay.
Not a soul to be found, at least right here.
Dismount.
Didn't hurt to be too careful after crashing my horse thing.
And your
Right.
body broke.
That was his horse.
I'm also gonna dismount my horse by doing a backflip off of the top of the horse.
Backflip.
Gladly using an acrobatics roll if I can.
I mean, sure.
Not the worst, not the best.
I'd like
That's
to.
gonna be a 13.
I'd like to show him up and try to do an even larger backflip. Taller.
Okay, I'll
He
accept
knows
this.
the way to win our hearts here.
Yeah.
with,
right.
with finesse.
Extra finesse.
17.
Oh,
You
damn.
you definitely extra finesse it. More yours is a pretty run-of-the-mill backflip. In fact, you almost don't make it. You know what I mean?
Like I
Like you
barely-
stagger
I
a bit.
double hopped the landing.
Yeah.
And
You
I'm
feel
gonna
like-
look at
yeah.
Hedrick just like in a little bit of, like I'm a little peeved that he not only took my idea but then executed it better than I did. And I'm just kind of just gonna shrug my shoulder, looking a little cold shoulder, and just walk on past him.
I'm gonna just turn around, slowly put my arm on his shoulder, be like, "You'll get it, bud."
Wow.
I am
There we
visually
go.
very, I'm perturbed.
Well, I'm genuinely trying to be, positive, like, good constructive criticism.
And showing that he can contribute something.
You almost got it.
Oddly enough, I feel that
How
I don't accept it.
how old is Hedrick?
Doesn't say.
I know. I'm asking you.
What is-
I still think he is
Human.
maybe just past prime.
Yeah,
know,
like in his like
Late
40s.
20s? Oh, I don't know.
yeah, weird.
I'm still a human, you know what I mean? Like,
Shit, now I feel old.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Right?
I was
Just
trying to,
past
like-
prime, like 40.
Yeah, no, you said 40, which is reasonable. He's like 20s, like
late
20s
20s.
is past his
I was gonna
prime. What
say,
the
like,
fuck am
I was
I,
gonna
man?
say like 28.
I was gonna say, then we're all past our prime,
Yeah.
except for Massimo.
Well, hold on a minute. If any of
Yeah, I'm
us
still
think
the
that we're
young
in
one.
our prime,
I feel like I'm in my prime right now.
yeah, good.
I feel like I should be, but apparently I'm being told I'm not here.
Right.
I hope I haven't reached like
That ship has sailed. We
reached
Viking
my
feuded
prime
over
yet.
those primes a long time ago, Dave.
I would like to think that
And we're
my
the
prime
same
is still
page.
ahead of me because if my prime is passed,
No, I like to think, I've been doing backflips for a while, plus some. I can get a couple years in my belt, about 28, 29.
Let's say he's right in his prime.
I would say he's
Yeah.
pretty much right in his prime.
Yeah.
So I kind of see that he's coming from a good place. I'm still a little peeved, but all right, like I'm not. I don't hate him.
Okay.
I dig the shirt, man.
Now I like him.
It's all it takes, really.
All right, so you guys are just, obviously showing off in the streets, like obviously not giving a shit that, the entire fate of the world is at stake.
Well, Zero did walk up the street with his weapon ready. The
Right.
whole
No,
time.
you were fine, but these guys are doing backflips off of horses like it matters at all.
I rode up. Is there an entrance that we rode up to?
You're not gonna try a backflip, are you?
Negative. Listen to me. Nothing that I have.
There is the front of the temple. The doors have been blown in.
So I'm gonna walk right in with the crew. I'm assuming. Unless
Yeah.
anyone's
We're a
doing
little
anything
behind
else.
you. We're a little behind you, but yeah.
Right. So we're in.
Okay. So
Horses are out front.
it's a relatively small temple compared to the ones you've seen in the big cities at this point, right? The main chamber is no more than maybe, we'll say like 50 by 70 kind of out, or no, 40 by 70, like kind of extending out, right? Rows of pews, in a big altar. I mean, it's like, like all the people would come here to congregate, so there's still enough room for everybody to sit down, but like everything is covered in a thick layer of dirt, dust, debris, like pews are somewhat broken, like there's stuff that's been knocked off the altars. It looks like this place has been probably looted at least once. It's been picked over at least once, but
It might get looted again.
So what you're saying is someone
Well,
broke,
only if we're doing it right.
someone broke and entered and burgled.
you have no idea. I mean, you think about it. Crucible runners come out, they try to find something, right? Kind of maybe they, just
So here we are.
grab a chalice and come back. Maybe everything will think I'm cool,
Most likely
Push
burgled,
age.
yeah.
But you really don't really know. There's not. I mean, there's just some evidence of like stuff going awry in here, but you couldn't
All
tell
right.
if that's from a struggle or whatever.
So we are looking for our thing.
Yep.
Okay. Where do you go first? There's a bunch of pews. There's an altar.
Jarrell,
There's-
check the altar.
Yeah.
Go up straight to the altar. Look around.
Yeah. There's two doors in the back. One on either side of the like the plinth where this is all raised up on.
Are we still inside of 3 hours?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Hoblet's going right for the third pew because in all the Clangadin temples, they hide the valuables right under the third pew. So that's
Okay.
where Hoblet's going, to look under the third pew.
Good now.
You start brushing your hand around down there, like in the dust beneath, like this, like this one of the pews that's like broken. And your hands kind of graze across bones.
What kind of bones?
Do you pull it out?
Yes, absolutely.
It's like a human-sized femur.
Sweet. Is there any more bones down there?
Yes.
Is there meat on the bones or do they look old?
Pretty old.
Okay.
So Jarrell rolled a religion check. I rolled a 15 to know if I would know where the sacristy or whatever they would keep some sort of holy relic.
There's usually
would be.
stairs in the front, a cellar on the side, or stairs in the back that would probably lead down into maybe catacombs or like.
So most likely in the basement.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking for that.
Okay. Yeah. Would you roll in your?
A 15.
Yeah. You managed to find it in the back. There's there's two sets of stairs leading down, one on either side of where the altar is. Right.
I'm gonna
behind
I'm
those
gonna
doors.
turn to Hoblet and Zero and say, "Good chance whatever we're looking for is down here."
They didn't hide it under the third pew, so they're doing a good job.
Nobody does that but you dwarfs.
Nobody looks there.
Man, you guys really like each other, don't you?
Not more than
Let's
they
go.
like themselves.
Lead the way.
So you guys begin to
Yep.
descend the stairs.
Yep.
Down into the darkness of this old ruined temple's cellar. And that's what we're going to call this episode of Hapless Heroes.
Ooh, yeah.
With
See,
at least 100
this- I
undead
like
potentially
this.
still chasing us.
No, I mean we went through like a whole portal thing.
Yeah, no, we
They're,
lost
like,
them. We
did
lost
they?
them.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
confident.
I feel like once you ran into a brick building
fell
and fell off
down.
your horse, like they would have ate you.
Yeah,
by
and
now.
then trotted up to the thing. So
Yeah,
we've
we're
lost
fine.
them. They're not behind us.
They're not.
I'm sorry,
They might.
guys. It just took so long to do it.
They're not. They're not 200 feet behind us.
Are we on horses? Oh, no, we're not. No, we're on horses still. Okay, then we get out the field. No, we're out the field.
Well, hey.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah. It's all right.
I mean,
if they
say-
show up, they show up, and if they don't, they don't. We'll deal with it as it comes.
Yeah, I mean, really, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
So, we'll get there next week.
Oh, look at that.
So, if you guys like what you heard, we can be found on the internet. We're on Twitter. We're at Hapless Heroes. We're on Facebook. It's Hapless Heroes Nope, I can't remember that. I was going to say we're on Facebook.
Hapless Heroes Podcast.
Okay, yeah, we're on Facebook, Hapless Heroes Podcast. We have a subreddit /r/Hapless Heroes Podcast, and we also have a super awesome Discord channel where a lot of people have been talking to us lately. You should join us on there.
Yeah, hit us
Love
up.
it.
I can get chat rooms around everybody's thing, but we just if you want to come hang out and talk to us, ask us some questions, whatever, we're hanging out in there. Like
Also,
it's
thank
pretty
you
sweet.
for all the birthday wishes the other day. That made me really feel special. I
Oh yeah,
really
it was Massimo's
appreciate
birthday
that.
a couple days ago.
Genuinely appreciate that. Thank you for all for listening and all participating in the Discord. You're all great.
Yeah.
And if you haven't started participating in the Discord, please do. Fran and I are accessible most hours of the day just to chat with those of you crazy enough to call yourselves our fans.
That's true. Yeah,
And
because
if
you have to be a certain kind of crazy at this point to be
And
still
if you
listening.
True story.
add me, I'll add you, and then we'll add each other, and we can start it off like that.
And if you really, really like us, you can. We really appreciate it if you left us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice, kind of like this amazing, wonderful person did just recently. So this one comes from Bapperson, saying that it's a well-produced podcast with a clean final product to listen to. The DM has plenty of backstory and incidental occurrences to make the story feel thought out. Oh God.
We fooled you.
Well, I tried. So thank you for saying that. Players and their characters have strong personalities, which improves the story. I really hope that you meant that and still mean that today.
The
Thank you,
personalities
Bapperson.
are strong here.
Right. Strong.
Thank you, Bapperson. We fucking love you.
Yeah.
Bapperson, you're great.
And if you really, really, really like us, you can donate to us on our Patreon page. It's completely optional, but like we use it towards new equipment for recording, or better software or plugins, or even just to kind of get pizza every now and again. We greatly appreciate all of you who have donated, who may plan to. It's just it's gone a long way, and we fucking love you all for it. And because Zach couldn't make it tonight, he still gave us a little thing to read to kind of just show you that he's still alive.
You won't read it in Peridot's voice.
You have to read.
Well, it's not
Peridot's
Peridot's voice; it's Zach's voice.
I mean,
Yeah,
just
but
a paid
Peridot's
homage
voice
to him.
is Zach's voice too. Zach's voice is Peridot's.
An extension of
Whoa.
I'm
There it is. So, if you love us, I mean like love us, you're gonna circumnavigate the globe in a magical zeppelin, powered by puppy wishes and strawberry pies, and toss out little, potentially biodegradable, but for nature's sake, flash drives with our podcast on them. But it specifically must be powered by puppy wishes, which is defined, he defines, as wishes a human may make for the benefit of or for to receive a puppy, or 2, wishes that can be clearly seen being made inside the eyes and mind of a puppy.
I'm having so much trouble picking out the most unbelievable part of that.
Just the words "puppy wishes" brings me genuine joy to hear. So that's
Zach was in a very silly mood today.
very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I think if you really
Thanks,
loved him, you would have done it in Peridot's voice. It would have sounded better.
Wow, Phil?
Did you just say "puppy wishes" in his voice?
Puppy wishes.
Okay, we're good.
You made up
So
for it.
good.
You made more than made up for it.
Guys.
So good.
When you spend enough time with somebody, you just
know their
kind of,
intricacies.
you just kind of pick up on certain things. So, anyways, that's been our show. I'm gonna go ahead and just outro our cast one more time. Tonight we've had James playing Hoblet the Smasher,
I need to smash.
Massimo playing Gorgeous Mort,
I need to work on my dismount.
Dave playing Zero,
I need to work on rebuilding my mount.
Phil playing Hedrick the Entertainer,
I just met the Hokov. This mission might get broke off. Though I've never felt more love, I haven't died yet.
All right.
nice.
Is that a haiku?
And to try to find some way to follow that up, we have John playing Lord Jarrell the Light.
Until next time.
There we go. And I'm Francesco. I've been your host at DM. We'll find out what happens to the party next week. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye. Get out of here.
Bye.
Bye.
You really should leave.